Part three of the story of creation. So again, the creators is there's it's interesting because today we've got the creator, but also there's a very strong input from the first stream of angelics. So the first stream of angelics are the angelics who were um, basically charged with creating matter. Okay. And so these beings have a profound sense of understanding of existence itself and how the particles come together to create matter. And this is what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be explaining the the process of how energy becomes physical manifestation. And so, in order for the brain to comprehend these ideas, these concepts, it's really important to understand that you're you're not trying to take this universal level information and bring it down into what you already know. It's about allowing your brain to expand beyond what you know with the hopes that the rest of the story will fill in the blanks, with the knowing that you have the potential to fill in the blanks once you expand your awareness. It's just like any good, anyone who's explored any aspects of existence, of consciousness, anyone who has created anything that is completely different, right? The light bulb, the telephone, all of those creations that at the time were fundamentally different than we had ever experienced before. Those humans who created those experiences, they had to go beyond the limits of current awareness. And in order for this process, in order for the true story of creation to unfold in a way that is being told through the eyes of existence itself and how it was created, it's understanding that your level of participation is important. It's important to the experience itself, but it's also important because when your awareness grows vibrationally, you begin broadcasting a different vibration out into the universe. And this is why we're doing this at this time. The creator is saying that right now we're in the midst of a revolution, in the sense of revolutionizing the human experience. And in order to do that, we need to create conscious universal awareness. This isn't about, looking at things from a positive perspective, which has been going on for hundreds of years now, but it's not sustaining. You have to come back. You have to continue to feed that perspective, that mental way of looking at life. And that's why the value isn't sustained, because it's not universal. And so what we're doing is we're sharing the universal perspectives, because universal awareness, universal truth, and existence is self-sustaining. And when you allow yourself to connect with, and some people use the word align with, when you allow yourself to really feel that energy and awareness, your vibration naturally increases. You don't have to work hard at it. You don't have to sustain it. It naturally becomes your new state of being. And this is the goal. This is the creator, and he's saying this is my goal with this project, is that you allow yourself to become the universal being that you've always been created to be, because this is where your wonder and joy are hiding. This is where your potential exists, and it never doesn't exist. The challenge is in allowing yourself to remove the blinders that block you from seeing all the truth so that you can actually just exist there. It's not, you were never meant to work hard to see truth. It just is. But the reality is you've forgotten your you've forgotten your basic instincts and your natural connections. And that's what the aim of this telling is about restoring, because as you hear the words, as you feel the energy, it will reignite the vibrations in you that are just sleeping. They're just dormant. They become dormant because they haven't been used. Why? Because you've been strategically taught to use other methods and avoid these methods and avoid those instincts inside of you. So the goal is to simply reawaken them. It's not complicated. It's not rocket science. um, it's it's more fascinating and more intricate and more intriguing, and that's the creator. He's so excited for this experience, because what he's saying is your your vast capacity to connect with universal knowledge and wisdom and experience is what makes you unique, not from each other, but as a universal creation. This is what makes this universe and this experience so profound and so exciting. And he's excited for you to remember all of these things, all of these aspects. So today we're going to go deeper into the aspects of existence itself and how existence goes from an intention to become energy. So energy is vibration. Intention is an awareness of the possibility of creation. So its intention is similar to a thought, but it's also nothing like a thought, because a thought works on the premise that it only knows what it knows and it can't know anything outside the boundaries of what it knows. Those are thoughts. And so the brain works really hard to try and think about all the things it knows so that it can either improve or avoid certain aspects of existence and challenges or goals. And so it works on it's like a plus minus scale. It works on a positive negative in the sense of the mind sees every single aspect of existence as either good or bad. And your mind will determine good or bad based on your previous experiences. So, for example, if you are growing a garden and you have one plant that is taking over another plant, your brain may see that plant as bad. And some other people may see it as good because they see the medicinal properties and they're trying to grow it. And so it's really This is a fine line. And it's important to understand that every single one of your determinations, good, bad, limit your ability to create an intention. Because your mind doesn't know, it doesn't know the full story. It doesn't know what you're capable of. It doesn't know what the universe is capable of. Whereas intention, okay, intention is a universal experience that creates the opportunity to feel your potential free of any possible challenges. Because a challenge isn't bad. A challenge is the opportunity to experience and explore even more of your greatness. But again, the human mind has determined that challenges are bad, they're hard, they take energy, they leave us exhausted. But that's how we choose to react. That's how we choose to rise or not rise. Ultimately, in order for an intention to be created on a universal level, universal perspective, it needs to have three things. It needs to have an understanding of existence itself. It needs to have awareness of possibility. And it needs to hold its own potential. Now, when you look at that from a universal perspective, it's understanding that that's ultimately the process of creation. Now, obviously, there's a lot more steps in the middle and through that. But what it is showing you is that your life is a series of events that have occurred as a result of intentions. Right from the conception of you. Now, we're going to go back to original existence, because this is where I had an intention to create an opportunity for those who had yet to come before me and allow themselves to explore any aspect of existence that was curious to them. And my curiosity was, how can I create this world in a way that allows every single aspect of conscious being to explore their own potential at the same time, simultaneously? That was my original intention for existence. So I wanted to create a place, not a physical place, but create an experience where there would be a number of energies, vibrations, beings that would come to play. And that they would all have the opportunity to explore their own potential simultaneously. Now, at the time, physical existence wasn't a thing. We hadn't created it yet. Light, dark wasn't a thing, hadn't been created yet. We started with vibration because vibration was the existence that I had to work with. One day, once we finish this story, we may go into a further exploration of existence and how other existences all came into being. But for this moment, we're going to just focus simply on this universe. My intention was to allow those who choose to participate here to bring fruition into their experience, into what they get to experience. In order to do so, each new being and each new experience that was created in themselves created the next opportunity. Physical existence was not on it was not in my plan, but it became part of what was possible when the first stream of angelics were created. So the first angelic ever created was created in the vastness of energy itself. You can feel him now. He's here. He's a grounding force for existence. And it was he who created the magnetic force between cells and molecules and all the finite aspects of existence so each of those, so cells were created, molecules were created, but it's understanding that each one of them was created with the fundamental awareness and understanding that each one is based in vibration. They're not based in physical first. They're based in vibration. And the physical, it's like the energy builds up and builds up in the frequency that it is, because in some cells, the frequency moves in 2 or 3 different directions at the same time. It's captured in different ways. But each cell and each atom, each aspect of existence has its own vibration in relation to its purpose. Now, a purpose is a natural, it's a natural vibration that flows from that aspect of existence. You don't need to work at it. It doesn't take any effort. It takes focus to align that vibration in a way that ensures its ability to remain steady and pure. So steady and pure, meaning It holds a space in existence and works in a very specific manner unless something else comes into its space. And then it needs to shift and change so that its vibration creates space for the change to occur. That part right there is important because the overall intention of the universe was that every conscious aspect here are meant to thrive simultaneously. And so every aspect that was created, and at the time of its inception, was created with that awareness encoded into it. This is really important, actually. This is probably the most important aspect of today's whole conversation, is what he's saying. Because when you create vibration with a consciousness, so that means it knows itself, it knows what it needs, it knows how to do it. It also knows that what it's doing naturally occurs, and in the occurrence, it is enhancing the experiences of other conscious existences. All of this is happening simultaneously. And when it was created on this fundamental level, when we're talking cells and atoms and molecules and, the smallest aspects of our existence that we are currently aware of, but also understanding, the smaller ones are outside of this universe. They were created, and we will get to them, but after the full story of creation. But in these nanoparticles, in these, aspects of existence, your essence as a human was already being preordained. It was already, the essence of the possibility was already woven in there. The essence of every aspect of existence to come. It all speaks in the same language of vibration. Every aspect of existence has its own vibration, but it understands that its vibration is in alignment with the overall intention of existence. My intention, the intention I had when I created this experience. And now, yeah, and so for thousands and thousands and thousands of years, millions, billions, it doesn't even matter, because time doesn't exist beyond it. It doesn't exist beyond the physical realm. And we will explore that as well. All of these aspects are going to be explored, and the truth is to be revealed. But right now, it's understanding that these aspects, these molecules, these nanoparticles, the original aspects of existence in this universe, came into play as a result of the angelics whom I created with the opportunity to explore what these particles can do, what they're capable of, how they can fit together, how they can work together, but also how they can work apart from each other. And what vibrations, it's cool the way they're showing me. It's like even just putting planets in this solar system. I mean, there's tons of solar systems, there's stars, there's just so many. And what they're showing me is simultaneously they would put these particles together to create suns and stars and moons and planets. But then they would create these different experiences. So ultimately, every single planet, every single star is completely different, just like every human being, because you would never create something that it all is already in existence, because that defies logic. You would never recreate something. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of energy, because the whole intention of this universe is to experience your own potential and possibility. There's no redundancy in that. And so, as these aspects of existence and consciousness ultimately were created, it was billions of years in the processing of all of this. You know, what gas is. Okay, so again, a gas is molecules, cells, atoms, all these things that work together or don't work together. And each one is just a different combination vibration. That's all they are. So every aspect of existence starts with vibration. It moves in a way that speaks to the universe and the energy of the universe. And so every thing in existence speaks in a different vibration. That's how we can tell them apart. That's how we know the wind from water. It's how we know sound from taste. Everything, yeah, it's all about vibration, but it's understanding that the vibrations of all things go together. I'm not expecting you to understand all of this in this moment. He says, I want you to explore these concepts in your day-to-day life, but also we're going to, every step that we reveal along this journey is going to reveal more information about how these cells, these atoms, how they work together, how they cohabitate, how they enhance each other. Also, how they highlight the differences and the similarities. This is really important, because as humans, we come back to this dynamic, this belief that differences and similarities are good and bad. When you have a universal perspective, there's no such thing as good and bad. There's an awareness of potential and possibility, and then there's a choice on how you're going to choose to participate with that awareness and that experience. There's no such thing as good and bad. Those labels don't exist universally, because if it's in existence, it's here for a reason. How you would choose to use it with your mind would determine good or bad. Okay. So as you allow yourself to grasp these concepts, to begin to understand what, not only what the universe is saying and sharing with you, but it is going to challenge your beliefs about yourself, your beliefs about what you look like, your beliefs about where you came from, your beliefs about the cells inside of you and how your body works. It's interesting right now. What he's showing me is he's going from my face, but inside, so under the skin, into the layers. And he's showing me the layers, all the layers of the skin. And then it's almost like there's a pocket of, I'm going to use the word air for lack of a better word. And then it goes into muscle tissue, and fat tissues. And then inside of both of those is where infection lives. So infection in this capacity is anything that isn't originally designed to be in the physical human body. So it has infected the original creation. That's how they're explaining it. And, a lot of people will use different words, inflammation. They'll use, it doesn't matter. What matters is at this point in evolution, 70% of our human physical experience is challenged as a result of particles, nanoparticles that were created, that don't actually belong in or around the human body. 70%. So you may wonder and ask, how is that even possible? There's a few things. A lot of the aspects of existence that challenge the human body come from mixtures and procedures of creating vibrations that are not in universal awareness. Humans who create mixtures, humans who create diseases and experiences with the intention to help fix problems, are humans who have no concept of the bigger picture of universal awareness and existence. Because when you understand existence itself, there is no such thing as good and bad, right and wrong. Everything you need is available in any given moment. It is simply up to you to decide what you want to participate in and experience. But when the mental aspect came into play, yes, we're jumping ahead here, and this is important, and we're going to do this throughout the story of creation so that you can understand how each aspect of existence has been impacted by the current state of human evolution. Because ultimately, this whole process is about restoring the balance. And you can't restore balance without understanding both sides of the story and what's really going on. And when humans think they're fixing something, they're not seeing the whole picture. Because nothing in existence is broken. Nothing in existence is too much or not enough. It's understanding that everything you need is always there. It's about allowing yourself to be willing to find it, to be willing to understand where your balance is off. For example, if you need a little bit more of something because your your body is deficient in it, then the universe will show you where to get that. Whether it's from a plant, whether it's a mineral, whether it's from the air, whether it's from water, all of these aspects of existence were always available to us. This has been around since the beginning of time, and humans, original humans, knew this. And when those humans that came here to participate in this existence in a way that allowed them to manipulate the outcome, they were fascinated by my creation and the exploration of potential. And they chose to participate in a way that would set back my creation. Their intention was to set that back. And what that means is they would remove the aspect of exploring potential. They instead wanted to see if they could have as many humans as possible focused on one stream of intention at any given moment. And that intention itself became so destructive that humanity forgot their own awareness of who they are. That is changing. We're coming back. Not only because I believe in you, but because you believe in you. Every time someone does something that inside of you, you know that's not right. That's you remembering. That's you coming back. Every time you see someone or feel or hear someone do something that touches your heart, even if it has nothing to do with you, but you feel the vibration of love and respect and compassion, you see that human participating in a way that is greater than themselves. That's you remembering. And right now, the greatest gift, the greatest goal that you can hold for yourself, that you can give to yourself, is allowing yourself to remember all the things about you that align with the original created intention of your own existence. Because that vibration is in alignment with angelic creation. Because every soul in existence was modeled after my first creation, which was the first angelic in existence. My intention was that every being in existence in this universe have my full awareness at any given moment. That you would understand who you are, that you would be able to connect with and feel the energy of any other being at any moment, not just when it's convenient for them. You see, existence and vibration exist on a pure prime vibration level, which means every single one of them is available at any given moment. You cannot turn them off. You cannot block them from existence. It's not like blocking an internet signal. prime creation vibration cannot be blocked. It cannot be hidden. It cannot be secured or tethered, which means when you want to know something, all you have to do is feel the energy. It's right there. You don't have to wait to make an appointment when it's convenient for the other being. You feel it. It's there. What you need is always at your fingertips. Likewise, you would never go in and explore anything you don't need because that would be a waste of your time because it doesn't feed your exploration in this life, which is your potential. And yet, anything and everything that anyone has ever done for anything that you're curious about, all that information is completely available to you at any given moment. All you have to do is set your intention and the awareness will come. Why? Because my intention was that you would have everything you need. If your job is to explore your potential, then you need access to everything and everyone in existence who's ever explored what you're interested in. Why? So that you can go further and use their experiences, their wisdom to help you. None of that's hidden from you. It's yours. It's meant to be yours. It's my gift to you, but it's your gift to you. It's understanding that this is just how existence works. Nothing is hidden. It's also why you innately feel so alone when you're trying to fulfill your purpose, when you're trying to explore your potential, and why it feels overwhelming at times when you feel stuck and you can't move forward. And it seems like that because you live in a world that has taught you there are limits and boundaries to what you can have and what you can access and what you can take. But none of that's true. But that's why it feels so overwhelmingly isolated and desolate, is because it goes against the natural aspects of your creation and the creation of this universe. It's not true. But if you act like it's true, then that's how you choose to participate in your life. So today, my goal is to create a space where you can now understand just the beginning that you're so much more than you give yourself credit for. The entire universe is as well. But everything you need is at your fingertips. And it's time you start acting like it. How do you do that? By using the universal awareness, the universal energy of trust. It's not an original creation. It was created mere thousands of years ago when humanity got into trouble. And I knew you would need a bridge to get back. And that bridge is trust. So you can resurrect your faith in yourself, your faith in creation and existence. It's your home. It's who you are. It's where you come from. It's every aspect of your being, your physical, your vibration. And all of it explores your potential. We're going to leave it there for today. Thank you so much. See you next time.